Hey everyone, this is Papa Joe with the Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows. Thanks for joining. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're joining in the world. I appreciate you being here. First things first, I'm really trying to grow my channel. So if you guys could like it, subscribe to it, share it with your friends and family, get them to like it, subscribe it. Someone told me, just ask. And yeah, that would be awesome if we could grow the channel massive amounts of folks so that this message can get out to them. Because as we see today, the very importance of cryptocurrencies is very, very, very important. I also have a Patreon show. It's down here. It's called the Papa Joe Show, but on Patreon. I have that so that I can have a way to speak freely with unlisted videos, and the only way you get that content is through Patreon. And I say speak freely is some of the content on there is related to cryptocurrencies and blockchain and world markets. Other stuff on there is also related to current events and my take on those things. So those of you who know me personally know that my opinion on that stuff is I'm very, very blunt about it. And being out on the public interwebs, if you will, and forums and whatnot will get me shut down pretty quickly in the current climate of First Amendment suppression. So, yes, join the Patreon. As that grows, for what it's worth, I'll start to be able to do interviews with folks and have them on there and just kind of discuss different topics around different things. So, yeah, first things first, let's get that out of the way there. So, as everybody, also a show note here. My baby sister is getting married tomorrow. So I may have a show. I may not. I will probably definitely not have a Patreon show tomorrow. Just because it's more towards the evening and we'll be doing pictures and all kinds of fun stuff. So depending on how tomorrow's schedule goes, I may be able to do one at 12:30 like I typically do. But right now, as it stands, I'm just going to throw it out there. If you don't see it, I'm sorry, but I will try my best to. But anyways, so as everybody and their brother has noticed, the entire market, including cryptos, is down today. And everyone's asking me, what's going on? And from my perspective, I've known this was coming. This is what I have said for years to my friends and family, and now recently to you folks. You need to be getting, it's okay, back up. Not financial advice, not legal advice, not tax advice, but you need to get into cryptocurrency, and you probably should hold some gold and silver. Physically hold it, not paper stuff in the stock market. Physically hold it. And the reason being is because of things like this. Okay, we have an entire market right now that's in sell-off. Okay, from my perspective, things like cryptocurrencies, gold and silver are on sale. That is where there's not really many places that the money can go, right? So people are pulling out cash. Great, fine. That will last you only a little while. People will soon not to want to do that. If any of you watched Bitcoin Ben's show this morning, if you didn't, go watch it. He talks about how the dollar's the life vest and how he's been taking coins, which have a intrinsic and physical value to them, and seeing how far he can push the envelope on getting $1 back for coins. And I think he used the example of 95 cents and he got $1 with that, and he's going to try 90 cents and go down from there and see how far he can push it. It's a cool idea. I'm going to try it. The point being is that everyone realizes that the dollar is worthless and that the coinage is going to go a little further than that. But once that's done, people are going to flip over to cryptocurrencies. They're going to look into doing gold and silver. My personal opinion on gold and silver is that it's a way of having a true savings account, right? It's once you get it into it and you hold it, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get it out. Not really a pain in the butt. It's just you got to go through multiple steps, little couple of hoops here and there, find an exchange, find a good selling price, and then obtain your cash that way. Now, that is a way of actually storing value. Okay. Over time, the past 5,000 plus years, gold and silver have been a way of protecting your purchasing power. All right. Don't put your cash under your mattress. That is, it will devalue because it is a fiat currency. I've mentioned it many times. I have under the resources of my website, and I will flip over to a banner to show y'all that one. Well, here it is. The Aster Blockchain Consulting right here. Go to that website, go to the resources tab. At the very bottom, there's a video series from Mike Maloney that talks about the hidden secrets of money. You must watch that to understand where we have been from a monetary history standpoint and where we are now. And it is fascinating information. So, and I've covered some stuff like that on the Patreon show too. So you want to see past videos I've done, hop in there. Like I said, it's $5 a month just to keep the trolls out, just to have a way for me to be able to talk freely. But anyways, gold and silver is a way of storing value. Bitcoin is a way of storing value. Litecoin is a means of exchange, in my opinion. It will be used as digital cash, right? We have the USDCs, we have those things, but those are backed by US bonds and treasuries and dollar for dollar kind of crap, and they're really not. I think for USDC or Tether is print as many as you want. Go. It's just like the dollar, just the digital version. And with like USDC, they say that at first it was, we have dollar for dollar backing. And then they were like, yeah, we have bonds and other stuff backing it. Now they're like, yeah, I don't know if we have enough collateral to back it, kind of thing. So just to kind of keep in mind, it's an easy way to get in and out of things, but it's not a way to keep your cryptos safe. If you want true safety in your cryptocurrencies, get into a real cryptocurrency like blockchain that has an actual blockchain underneath it, like Bitcoin, like Litecoin, like Ethereum, like EOS, like Polygon. All of these other ones are going to do really well. Polygon, it since its inception, it's gone straight up, and if right since the beginning, it's been up more than almost 30,000%. And it's not a very old coin. You got to understand there's a lot of real world projects out there that you can go obtain. And I've gone on over a video, I think I did it in my Patreon as well, where I showed you guys how I like to pick coins and why I go after those projects specifically because of what they are and how they are solving real world problems. Much like you do with the stock market, okay? The stock market is going to go build something. Some company is going to build something. They're going to launch themselves on a stock market to be publicly traded, so that they can fund more business and things like that. Well, it's not much different than these other projects with cryptocurrencies. So, some of the stuff I kind of wanted to look at today, just kind of jump in here right now. So, we have all noticed that the Europe closes lower as Asia market kind of implodes on itself. And this is all led by Evergrande. All right. Evergrande is one of the world's largest land owners, and they are defaulting or have defaulted on their loans and their bonds. The U.S. stock market, if I'm not mistaken, there are different companies, different banks in the U.S. stock market that hold those bonds, and they're not going to get paid. That's money they need to survive because they have no liquidity as it is today. Just to kind of put stuff into perspective, we are on the verge of a total collapse when it comes to the actual stock market. And it's going to be this, they're calling this the Lehman Brothers of China. The difference is that caused a ripple economically and from a market standpoint around the world. This is that on steroids. All right. So this is bigger than the entire housing market collapse. Massively bigger than that. I think whether they're defaulting on, it's not in this article, but they're defaulting on, I think it was $308 billion just in a monetary. I don't even know how much the bonds are. I don't know how much other people hold that debt. I don't know who's behind it and who's holding it, but I can assure you that is going to cause a major ripple. It is right now. That is what's triggering what's happening. And hear me out. Everyone's freaking out about it. So they're pulling out of crypto. They're pulling out of the stock market. They're pulling out of bonds. They're pulling out of the treasuries. They're pulling out of what's the other one? Just brain farted. The stock market. Let's just call it the stock market as a whole. And you've got I'll get into it in a minute here. You got all, well, what the heck? You got the ECB freaking out saying cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, they're not currencies. They're saying these are not, literally, it says cryptos are highly speculative assets and claim their fame as currency. Possibly, but they're not. They are not. This is Christine Lagarde. She's freaking out. They are legit going, don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it. You know why? Because they know what you and I know, that getting into cryptocurrencies means we get out of their system and we control our destiny. They can't control it anymore. And then like she goes down to praise like CBDCs or stable coins because they can control those because they're backed by the dollars or supposedly or the methods that they control. They can't control Bitcoin. I've said it many times. They can't control Litecoin. I've said that many times. They can't control a blockchain-based platform because it is everywhere from a technology perspective, and it's nowhere. You need to understand this is not a bad thing. This is a good thing. This means that we get outside of their systems and we have freedom and control, and they can't mandate things like the magic potion. They can't mandate that we use their money. They can't mandate nothing. Make sense? Always, always, always. My amazing wife brings me a cup of coffee right before I do my show. It's one of the biggest blessings in the world to me. So thank you, my dear sweet wife. If you're watching, I appreciate it very, very much. So moving on here. We have U.S. Treasury prices are jumping and yields are declining. Everything. These are the not the little pieces of the puzzle. Okay. The Treasury yields and the bonds are some of the biggest asset holdings that the world has ever seen. If I'm not mistaken, the bond market's in the quadrillions. Just to put it into perspective, that's a lot of money. If this implodes, like it looks like it may be, there's going to be really big problems for everybody for a little while. People will start to realize that crypto is not going down much more than this. It may go down a little bit, but if I'm not mistaken, pull this up right now. Yeah, these sharp sell-offs here and whatnot. Let's pull up Ethereum. And in the past day, it's already coming back up a little bit. All right. Let's go back here. Let's go to Bitcoin. I don't think Bitcoin's had a pop yet. Nope, it is. They're coming back up a little bit. People are starting to realize that Bitcoin, that Ethereum, that where's Litecoin? CUSDC stayed the same, but like some of these other ones, they have not. I hate Dogecoin. Sure, you may have made some money, but that is just someone playing with your emotions. All right, Litecoin. It's also coming back up. But the rest of the market as a whole, like stock market, the bonds, whatnot, they're not. They are tanking. All right. They are literally falling, and the DAX is they're looking into how they can combine different funds and take different money and put it in different places. They're basically robbing Peter to pay Paul. All right. You've got to understand. This is the way that their system is designed. It's all smoke and mirrors, and it's legitimately falling. Oh, look here. Gold is up. How about that? It's probably the only market that's up. Here, let's pull this up. This isn't going to work because I haven't signed into it on this browser. I don't think yet. A while. No. Bear with me, folks. No, we'll close that one. And we will add... Oh, we don't want futures. Don't want to touch futures. Let's do crypto. Trading View, by the way, is really great because you can actually go in and see all the different sorry about that. All the different pieces of the puzzle. So let's see, USD. Okay, let's just no, I don't want that. What exchange do we want? Let's see. No. Let's keep it simple since this is all I hate Coinbase, but it allows us to actually go in and look at this. Nope, we will not do that. All right, well, how about this? You got gold. It's up on the day. What am I looking at? The day. So let's go to the 5-minute chart. Looks like a nice healthy uptick. Look at silver. Also, well, it's kind of fluctuating. Oil, it looks like it may be hitting down. But like you look at Bitcoin to USD, it looks like it's having a nice fun up. Let's look at the day. Let's do the hour. Everything's sold off, but it had its low, and I think it's going to come right back up. All right. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm not right all the time, that kind of stuff. Same here. Sold off. Let's look at it on the day, or let's look at the hour. It's come hard. That was a nice big buy right there. All right. Anyways, a little more technical than I typically do on my show here, but yeah, let's leave. I don't know if you guys follow this guy, Coach JV. He's out on Instagram. There's a lot of different videos about different things. He's got some good points on different stuff. I don't necessarily agree with him on everything, but his point here, and this is something that I've not brought up on this show yet, but I've talked to some of you about, and I've definitely talked to my friends and family about this. My wife and I were having a conversation about this the other day, actually, where unfortunately, there's a generation that has retired or in the process of retiring, baby boomers, right? They will be passing along their inheritances, etc., to their families. What's left? And I say that because they've gone and they've done annuities, they've done bonds, they've done different things in the stock market, the 401k, IRAs, things like that. Those structures for my generation and younger are not going to work for you. That just doesn't work. The reason it's not going to work is because they are going to collapse the reason I say that, because my generation, we've all looked at other ways to get our money out of the system, and our money's not in the system. Our parents' money's in the system, their parents' money's in the system. Once that money gets handed off to my generation, that money is coming out of the system and it's going into the new systems that we've created and are building and are going, and that's all based on crypto, gold, silver, etc. This guy's pointing out that is a generational wealth transfer. Once that generational wealth transfer takes place, we are going to see a parabolic move in the crypto space like we've never seen before. To add to that, he brings up the same thing I brought up. You've seen Bitcoin Ben bring it up. You've seen BitBoy Crypto bring it up. Well, not really BitBoy Crypto. He doesn't really think about it like this, I guess. We see institutional money coming in, like Michael Saylor, like Grayscale, like all these other major firms coming into this, and they're building these platforms and they're going and they're buying into this cryptocurrency. If, let's say, Michael Saylor bought, say, Polygon or Matic when it was Matic, because they just rebranded to Polygon. Let's just say that they bought $10,000 or $100,000 worth of Matic when it was sub a penny. It's had, since its inception, more than almost right around 30,000% increase. How do you think that their stockholders or the customers that they have at MicroStrategies would have liked to have had a year where they, or 2 years or whatever, where they received 15,000% on their returns. That's unheard of, but it's not impossible for someone like them to take a large chunk of money, buy a large chunk of a coin, and boom. Do you understand? Like, that is something that the world has never seen before. That is something that we have the capability of to do ourselves, that our parents never had this option, these kinds of options. Even when Google and like um, Amazon and all these other companies started coming out, like Oracle or whatever, they started coming out and they started having all these different stocks, and they were like, yeah, this is gonna be the next greatest thing, blah 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 blah. That stuff has not even grown that much over their entire lifespan. Some of it hasn't. I haven't gone to look to see the exact numbers, but if I did, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw things not so not that high. That's just one example. Bitcoin, I think, I think I have a screenshot on my phone. I should have brought it up for you guys. I'm sorry. Bitcoin has risen almost since it was started almost 1,000,000%. That's huge. So if you bought $1 back in the day, you would have, for each one of the Bitcoins you'd have almost 1,000,000% increased since its inception. There isn't a stock on the world that is that way. The next, I think it was Google on the list, and it was like, I think like 10 or 12,000% since its inception, something like that. It was nowhere near. Yeah, they keep telling you Bitcoin's bad, Bitcoin's bad, Bitcoin's bad. They just keep laughing, just like, okay, see y'all. We're out of your system. You can't touch us. That's the thing. Some of us are in the space. I'm in the process of moving into being able to do full-time crypto, where I am able to be completely out of the system. I have friends. You guys know who they are, some of you, that are already full-time crypto. They are 100% out of the system. Everything to do is crypto. And it is phenomenal to watch what they're doing. And it's one of those things where I'm going, it's not hard. It's not hard at all. And you completely circumvent everything, especially with and this is going to be something that we're going to want to probably think about doing. I forget the platform. There's a tool that you can use to completely never let your direct deposits hit your checking account again. And I forget what it's called. I have to find it. I'm pretty sure I could set up an affiliate link with them too, but if I can figure that out, I'll put it in the link in the descriptions of my videos, and I'll kind of talk about that stuff for them, where you can take your regular paycheck that you've paid taxes on and whatnot and go straight into crypto, and then you spend it accordingly after that, and it never hits your checking account. It's going to be important here soon, because if the new one of the tax bill or the infrastructure bill, one of them basically states that they're going to want to know every transaction you do in your banking account that's $600 or more. They're spying on you because you're their minions. Get out of their system. They can't touch you. It's that simple. It's that simple. So I said it before earlier on in the show, just in case anyone else. Tomorrow I may or may not have a show at this time. I will not be having a Patreon show. The reason being is I have my little sister's getting married. So fun stuff. So this afternoon I will be doing going and setting that stuff up. So I should be able to do a Patreon show this afternoon. But tomorrow I'm going to try and do my regular show, but there will be no Patreon show. I'll be smoking meat. Those of you who know, I love cooking food, especially when it comes to any kind of smoked meat or anything like that. So I've been tasked with getting all of the meats prepared. They're all marinating right now, so I'll be throwing them on the smoker. 40 pounds of meat is a lot of meat. I need a bigger smoker. Thank you everyone, appreciate it. Those in the chat, looks like y'all are, thanks. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I don't know, life's changing. Those of you who know, I'm the oldest of 14, so there's a lot of them to go around. Party PAPAJO. Yeah, maybe one day that would be nice. One of these days I'll try to do something like that. I love cooking foods. Maybe do an event in this area. That would be actually kind of nice to be able to do something like that. But yeah, so later on, yeah, it's pretty fun. There's never a dull moment. But anyways, so yeah, I will try to tomorrow. I'll be cooking food, so it may be short, but I will try to tomorrow regardless. But definitely no Patreon tomorrow, and I will see you guys this afternoon at 4:30. Join the Patreon. That's what it's this way in there. We set that up so that I can have a more open discussion around what's taking place in the world and have a more open discussion in the future with individuals and people who want to have a conversation around different subjects with me. So yeah, like, subscribe, share, help me grow the channel. It would mean the world to me. Help me get to where I can do more stuff, more content like this, provide more insight on different things that are coming in the pipe, and then just have a different perspective on how things are taking place and what's going on with them. So you guys have a wonderful and blessed day, and we'll see you at 4:30. Take it easy.